Welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Saturday edition of Rasaji Speaks. Welcome to Saturday. As they say, Saturday Satkan, like seventh day of the week. The Jewish faith got it right. Don't forget, if you have a chance now, Master David will be on today at 9 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time. Don't forget to jump in. Tell him I said hi. The title for today's lesson is this: Beyond Labels, Discovering the Cure for Identity Crisis. Wow. Doesn't take long on a spiritual path, especially when you become self-realized, that you realize that you are more than your name, and you're more than your personality, and you're more than the conditions of your upbringing put on you. This is no greater challenge to anywhere but our top G10 countries like USA, Canada, Australia, Japan, Austria, Germany, England, France, all these G10 countries that are the most prosperous countries in the world. And that's wonderful. The point is they've taken identity crisis to the nth degree. See, there are things in second world and third world that Lamaji learned for the 10 years that I was in that domain in this lifetime, which most people in North America have never done unless they're in the military or part of the Peace Corps. And then most of the military didn't serve for a 10-year stretch, only a very small percentage. What I learned by being in India and Tibet and Mexico and the Philippines is that they have things to offer a level of wealth that most of us don't comprehend. Most of them have a very pious, devotional relationship to their God. And the people in the G10 countries kind of lost their way to God. And that's one of the reasons, one of the primary reasons that Lamaji was born on the North American continent, this incarnation, and not in India, right? The other thing that they've done is they've used their identity crisis to separate their lives so much from family. In other words, it crowded me a little bit too much, right? And it's had so much influence on family, it's created the extremes. They've listened also way too much to the dark side. We used to be okay to have nice size homes with 5 acres or more. I was talking with my mom just the other day to realize every piece of property we had growing up in Tennessee. And mind you, I was only in Tennessee my first 10 years of my life, was anywhere from an acre to 12 acres. That's right. Anywhere from an acre to 12 acres. And actually, during that time period, which we're talking the early 60s, a couple of acres in Tennessee was the norm, right? Now you're lucky if you can get a quarter to a half an acre of property and it doesn't cost you out the yin. What is all of this about? Separateness led by identity. Write it down. Separateness led by identity. Oh, you think you're really Joe and Betty Sue and Bubba, right? You're not really. Not when you're on the path of self-realization, let alone God realization. Do you think the angelic kingdom thinks that they're their identity? Or do you think the functionality of God, the Heavenly Father, and the Divine Mother is what they really focus on? As human beings, and as we evolve spiritually, it is our divine mission that we're focused on. And guess what? It's always bigger than you. And it's damn well bigger than your identity, who you were taught to think is who you are. Remember this: God will get you until he gets all of you. And along the way, when he's got you, and he's got even 50% of you, you see your identity dissolving. And with identity is wrapped up the little self, this thing we call it ego. That's right, an ego wrapped up in a little tight little bow that thinks it's this. And the survival of the fittest means it will fight to do that. It always wants its way, and that's what it's done. So it's no wonder that the world's divided to first world, second world, and third world. The divisions that exist, right, is part of that. We're changing that. We're telling people, learn from the angels what the angels are doing in servant leadership. They only serve the divine. Who do you serve? Right? Write it down in the comments there. Who do you serve? Should be Indra or Abba, depending what part of the planet that you were born on or raised on, one or the other. But it's the divine Heavenly Father and the Divine Mother. That's who you serve. That's it. My job as Lamaji is for you to get there and do it well. And as you pursue that, your identity does this. See, when John the Baptist made the statement to his apostles before he was captured and beheaded, he told James and Philip, go follow him. As he increased, I'm supposed to decrease. A lot of people thought he just meant him, John, as the person, and Jesus as the person. Jesus representing the physical manifestation of the Father on the planet, and him representing a human. That was a deeper meaning that a lot of people missed, right? He must increase as I decrease. He must increase. It's meaning God, through you, your identity has to decrease. When you're having trouble absorbing some of Lamaji's teachings, when you know in your soul that I'm telling you the truth, but what's going on with that inner conflict is your ego doesn't want to let go of that identity. The hell, I'm not somebody else, Lamaji. My mama, my papa taught me that I was Bubba and Betty Sue. What's wrong with you? Huh? You crazy llama, Southern llama, you know? That's right. Llama goes Forrest Gump. That's who I am. I have fun all the time, but you could always count on the light of truth. And tomorrow, it's been a while, you're going to have a chance to hear the latest light of truth. I have a lot to share with you, a lot to say to you since the surgery. Going to talk about our new website, all of that and more over this whole next year, the next 10 years, and the remaining 31 years of the 33 years of the portal of Shiva. Don't Don't miss it, right? And don't miss our July 4th celebration. It's coming up in a few weeks, right? On a Thursday at 1 o'clock. The 4th this year falls on a Thursday. You're going to hear the most incredible celebration, beautiful music. Listen, there's only 500 seats and they're free. We're going to send out an email after our teachers get a link, after the PFL webinars and affiliates get a link, and our live training on Friday gets a link. Then the email goes out. And if the email goes out to 400 people get a link. I got a feeling that most of you are going to want to get your spot because you're not going to want to miss the broadcast. That's for sure. It's going to run only about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So know that it's not going to be this 4-hour or 6-hour marathon. It's going to be an hour and a half. Sister Lynette's going to host this, the hostess with the mostest, and Master David's music and the 4 standing exercises. You're going to want to hear from what Brother John and Brother Andy have to say. You'll be real excited what they have to say and what they have to show you, I'm sure. Also, the message I'm going to have that day is going to be off the charts. It really is going to be off the charts that day. So you don't want to miss that. There'll be prayer, there'll be some meditation, some chanting. And if you want your people to get a good feeling with a taste of an ascension tour, then make sure you bring them on July the 4th. God be with us all. And Baraka Bashai, may the blessings be to you and your glorious families. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow on the Light of Truth from the Lama series. And also Fresh Monday. Don't be late because we're going to have a credible Rasaji Speaks. God bless you all. Bye-bye.